Just looking at his leg right now, like his knee in the straight leg right there, I I think he's
You
hypermobile.
really
So
enjoy this, I think.
yeah,
Deep breath.
This
I'd
fucking
be
sucks
saying
either way.
stuff like that too.
Can you butterfly?
A lot of overweight people end up having like collapsed arches, and as a result, what's up, y'all? This is Mrs. Snowflake. I am a guy who likes to react to fitness and health related stuff. I have a bachelor's degree in physical education. I was an ACE certified personal trainer for a few years. Now I'm enjoying more of a health coach role. Today I'm going to react to Sal doing some yoga. I watched his grocery haul video, and I was super impressed. I think he's got the right mindset. I think he's super aware. And I'm really interested to see what his exercise looks like. So basically, in this video, Sal does a private yoga class with a trainer. The trainer is super cute. She knows what she's doing and talking about. She had plenty of developmentally appropriate exercises, and she had alternatives and modifications ready if he couldn't do anything. But Sal seems to be hypermobile in some way, shape, or form. So he was able to pull off most of everything with very little to no help. He made it through the whole yoga class. He said it was super hard, and he would probably be back for a private class in the future. Uh, yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Further ado, let's give it to our guy Sal.
Yeah. All right, touch your toes.
Touch your
Wait a minute. We gotta
toes.
talk about how did I end up here?
How did you end up here?
I got hoodwinked,
No, you didn't.
bamboozled.
How?
I told you, September, October.
You told
The
me.
second Tuesday of next
You
week.
told me you'd be here eventually.
The second Tuesday of next week.
So here we
And
go.
I always tell people, when it's time, it's time. So today is time.
Today is time.
Mhm.
Touch.
Touch your toes. Bend your knees while you do it.
Wow, he's super duper flexible. Most people cannot touch their toes at all, and he was keeping his legs like very straight.
Okay. Come back up. You know down dog?
Kind of.
So I don't know a ton about how to train an individual that is this size. I know, there's general precautions that you should give, and me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing a lot of body weight exercises until they get to a bit of a lower weight. I, down dog just seems like a really difficult position to put yourself in, and 700 pounds is a lot to put on your joints. So maybe start out with down dog against the wall would probably be a better option.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Hey.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Come down. Yep.
Come down.
Come
So
down.
this is our table.
He must have been an athlete or something, because that's
Cool.
hard.
Let me see you on table.
Nice.
Now, can you step your foot up?
Wow.
Okay. And you can shift. Okay. You can do child's pose. Widen your
I
knee.
feel like you're calibrating something.
Yeah, I'm seeing what we're
Yeah.
what
you're
we
trying to
working
sound-
with. Big toes touching, knees wide.
Yeah, she's probably just feeling it out, doing her like yoga thing. When a personal trainer gets a new client, you're going to run them through your own personal little, you want to start out by doing what the books are going to tell you to do with exercise testing, but it'll probably evolve into something, with your own personal touch. And I'm sure this is just her yoga way of figuring out what he can and can't do.
Hips towards your heels.
Nice.
So you might use a pillow. be a little more comfortable, you would put your forehead on.
You know, I've done a lot of vinyasa yoga in the past, like hundreds probably, and it is harder to me than lifting. Like a yoga class to me is a lot more, it's just so much more difficult. It requires a lot more focus and concentration and focusing on breathing properly, doing the pose properly, you know, listening to the instructor. So I'm very impressed that he's given yoga a shot. Although I do know that the typical, you know, typically people think yoga easy, you know, just stretching or whatever, but like that's not usually what it is.
That. Yeah, yeah, that's for your head.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Come on up.
Ooh.
Stand up.
Wow.
And just
The way he just got up, holy cow.
take a lunge.
Warrior. One.
Bend your knee. Okay, okay. Now, can you step back
Oof.
into
that's
that
hard.
down dog? Hey.
Getting there. Okay.
Okay, bring your knees back down. Can you sit back? How's that feel?
I'm being folded like a pretzel.
But it doesn't hurt.
Gotta be careful because I think he is just like a hypermobile person. I'm a little nervous.
Anywhere. Like
What?
nothing is like sharp.
Because, you know, people will it hurt themselves just a little bit and then they'll make that the excuse to like not exercise when in reality, you know, unfortunately you most likely are going to get hurt when you exercise. Is, you know, if you make it a habit for your whole life, something's going to happen, but you have to learn to adapt. You know, if you tweak your shoulder, you can still work out stuff, even upper body stuff, but you just got to be careful and know what you're doing. You know, I had like a cast on my leg for like 8 months and was in a wheelchair and crutches and still made it to the gym, did some upper body, did whatever I could because it made me feel good, you know?
Or
No.
okay, okay. Stay where you are and just turn. Yep, turn the other way. Interlock fingers.
Super strong.
Bend your back. So lift your chin, lift your chest.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Let it go. So you can basically do everything.
No.
Yeah. So I brought that because I was like, if you can't do down dog, then you could at least do down dog on here. So this would make it easier.
Nice. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need. But
Yeah, we should. You should use
we
it.
could. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, even though he can, he's, you know, just looking at his leg right now, like his knee in the straight leg right there, I think he's hypermobile. So we should definitely be very careful. He needs to focus on like keeping a 10-degree like lockout so he doesn't like stack his bones and hurt his joints.
Hands right underneath your shoulders. And then lift your right leg up. Hey. Now step it like you were going to lunge. And then you'd come up.
Nice.
Then you'd come down and step back.
Nice.
Okay.
It's kind of like a
So that is
sun
probably
salutation or
easier than it
something.
would be being completely on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do the last. I can't do the first part on the floor.
What?
I can't do the first part on the floor.
I know.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to do the first part. And then we'll work our way down eventually. So
So we'll go from 18 to 12 to 6 to floor.
we'll probably just go from 18 to floor. But
Well, we should, you know, progressively de-escalate the situation.
we'll assess.
Well,
I think you were already on the floor. So if we start here,
Yeah, I am a little nervous with our Gwirly Pop. I think a lot of people are not classically trained in exercise or personal training or exercise coaching, it can be very dangerous for people that are super morbidly obese to do certain things, like even squatting. Even squatting and sitting on that, I wouldn't have them do. I just think the risk to reward ratio for those exercises right now are not it. If anything, the TRX or like a supported, squat, sure, but again, risk to reward on these exercises. Like you can do arm circles, if that's all we can do right now to lose weight. And then eventually you can start doing other things. But she's kind of making me nervous, I'm not going to lie, because, yeah, he's like, we can progressively get there. And she's like, you're just going to go straight to the floor, which I like her confidence, but you also got to be safe.
We'll transition. I actually like that you're stepping. So, because you could still turn, stepping. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So,
You calibrated.
calibrate it. I want to do one more assessment.
One more.
Lay down on your back. Bring your knees to your chest.
Happy
Touch
baby.
your knees with your hands.
Happy baby.
Can you touch your toes?
No.
Okay. Now, straighten out your left knee. Bring your right knee back up. Bring it back up. Okay. There you go. Bend both knees. Bring your feet like your right one in. Palms at your sides. I want you to see if you can lift your hips up like a bridge. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. So, Sal, we haven't really talked about what yoga is.
Yeah, what is yoga?
So,
Wait.
most people.
So, my yoga instructor, who I adore, she basically told me that yoga is about learning to let go. You are learning to let go of tension in your body that you don't need to use. You need to, like, when you're in certain positions, she'll be like, bring attention to your jaw. Is your jaw clenching? Let's take a breath and let's let it go. And you can learn to relax certain parts of your body that maybe aren't needed. But yoga is a ton of stuff. Yoga is meditation. Yoga can be all sorts of stuff.
People think yoga is all about stretching, right?
Is it not?
When I tell people what yoga is, I tell people it's more about the way that you breathe. We are breathing first. Then we are.
And what's really interesting is the breathing techniques for doing yoga kind of seems like it's the opposite for lifting. You want to like inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up for a bench press, for example, right? And a person who's doing yoga would think of it kind of like the opposite way.
Oh, you're breathing, but we are going to change the way we're going to breathe intentionally. We're not going to change, which we are going to change, but we breathe with intention.
Okay.
Turn to your right. Open your arms wide like a T. Are you turning to the right now? There we go.
Yes.
Deep breath. Deep breath out. Bring your hands back up. Back to center. Look at me. Turn to your left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull it back.
Cat-cow.
All we're doing is warming up our spine. Inhale, lift. Drop your elbows down. Yep. And then breathe.
He is so flexible.
Wiggle your toes.
There he goes.
Deep breath. Now, you
He's
only
like
go
doing the
as
middle
far
split.
as your hips tell you to go. Don't go so far that you feel like you got to pop back up.
Yeah.
I want you to go and then stop right at that little edge. And then breathe. Last one. Actually stay, because that's how you get lower. Breathe. On your next exhale, come back up. Right hand, right toes. Left hand up. Deep breath. Now left hand reaches slow.
There's also like different breathing techniques in yoga. Like I can't remember like the specific names, but like one's like breathing through your tongue when it's like in a cylinder shape. One would be like breathing through individual nostrils. And there's certain like cadences of breathing that you can do. If you do them properly, they can make you feel very euphoric.
Slow. Until your hips tell you to stop. Breathe. Come back up. And go straight to the other side.
I feel like I need to
Breathe.
be doing this with them.
Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. On your inhale, come back up. Bend your left knee. Bring it in. Take your right leg around to the back. And you're coming up onto your palms.
Okay. Nah, he's gonna.
Yep.
I mean,
Now,
I think pigeon pose is a really difficult position to feel properly. A lot of people, when they do it, I think they don't do it in a way that affects their like hips and groin, mostly like their quads. And they need to like elevate themselves on like an incline bench so that your knee, isn't flat on the ground. It's like more at an angle so you can feel the stretch more within like your hips and your groin.
will it feel better if you put your hands up here?
No.
No? Cool. And I want you to come out of it the easiest way you can. And then switch. Yep. When you're ready, pop up. Yes. Now, does your back leg go back a little bit more? Yes. Now breathe. Out, touch your toes, bend your knees. Breathe.
I do like that she's telling him to bend his knees because, if you're like keeping your legs super straight, it's probably more of like a lower back stretch. But when you unlock your knees, it becomes more of like a hamstring stretch.
Then halfway. Breathe out, toes.
Slowly, heads
Breathe in, reach all the way up. Back to your toes. Breathe out. Halfway. Let it go. All the way up. Let it go. All right, walk closer so that you can put those hands. Yep. We're going to lift the right leg on our inhale. Deep breath. Lift your right leg up. Hold it there. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now step it up like you're lunging. Breathe out.
Super tough. That's a super hard position to get, especially correctly. A lot of people will like, I can't really show you at this time, but his hips are a little bit too high in my opinion. You want to try to have like more level hips and just lift your leg back, but nothing's going to hurt him.
When you're ready.
Like this, they'll open up their hips. What you really want is for your hips to be even and in line.
Ready? Hands come up, deep breath.
It would just be you're getting a little bit more out of the exercise.
Mm-hmm. I'll see if you can lunge a little bit more into your knee. How's that knee feel? Okay. So we won't bend as much. Yes. Breathe. If your shoulders feel like they're reaching for your ears, relax them. So we're trying to lift our hip as much as they can. So, and drop your chest. Yes. Breathe. Left leg lifts. Step it up.
Nice.
Whenever you feel stable, come up. Mm-hmm. Breathe. Relax your face. On your exhale, plant, step back, and push. You're here. I want you to open and see if you can go this way.
Warrior 1 to warrior 2.
So that foot
I don't know.
is still
Just
flat.
guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Work.
How your knee feel, your front knee?
Fine.
Can you bend it a little more?
Nice.
Yep. Take a breath. Now, you're going to reach. Flip it. Bring it up. Mm-hmm. Yes. Take a breath. Come back. Turn yourself forward. Exhale your hands to the thing. Step your foot back. Look at you, Sal, doing yoga.
This is ridiculous.
And you're just going to place the hand on the wall. Lift your inside knee. And just hold it. Now, do you think you could let go of the wall?
Hip flexor. Ooh.
Breathe. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Let it go. Let it go. Deep breath. Touch your toes, bend your knees. Halfway, breathe in. Back to your toes. All the way up. Turn around. And switch. When you're ready, yep. Now, hang on to it. 3 seconds in. 3 seconds out. Find a focal point, something to look at. To stare at the whole time.
Yeah.
Then when you're ready, breathe. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
On your exhale, let it go. Mm-hmm. Inhale. Toes, bend your knees. Halfway. Back to your toes. Reach it up. Let it go. Right hand on the wall. You're going to bend backwards. Left leg. Yes. Now, can you grab your foot?
Ooh. Oh,
Hey,
wow.
you almost had it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now just hold it. Breathe. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Give me one more. And then let it go. Hey. Left hand. We're kicking with the right.
There's like specific type of archetypes that you'll come into contact with when you're a personal trainer, and one of them is like, I would explain it like the crazy hard worker, where like they don't have an end, you know what I mean? Like they know how to push themselves to the point where like they can break themselves, and I feel like Sal is one of those people. So just be careful, don't be working too hard, okay?
Yeah. Hold it. Breathe. You're doing the dancer pose right now. You look like a ballerina.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Sal's gonna do ballet next. 3 seconds in. Let it go. 3 seconds out. All right. You have made your way back down to your seats. We don't need that anymore.
Shavasana?
You're surviving.
Get my ass kicked.
Foot to inner thigh. Mm-hmm. Deep breath. Go for your toes. Exhale. Mm-hmm. Now, let go. And I want you to turn as much to your left leg as you can. Now reach. Yes. Breathe. Relax your face. 2 more. Last one. Let it go. Yeah. Switch. Mm-hmm. Slide that over some more. Yep. Turn towards your right. Left hand. Toes. Yes.
Pose.
Breathe. Smile. Smiles help with the muscles. It tricks your muscles into thinking that you really enjoy this. I think.
Yeah.
Deep breath.
I'd be saying
too.
stuff like that too.
Can you butterfly?
Butterfly.
Sit up tall. Now try to pull. Pull your feet. Yes. And then just hold it. Breathe. Relax your face. Yes.
Huge.
You think you can touch your toes?
This?
Mm-hmm. Now, did you do that on purpose? So you went from being like here and then you like rotate it. Yes. Now touch your toes. Yes. Try to keep your feet straight up instead of
Nice.
here.
I like
Yep.
that she caught
Breathe.
that.
Pull.
A lot of overweight people end up having like collapsed arches, and as a result, your gait will start to look like, your feet are just pointed out like this, and your arch will collapse on itself, and over time you're definitely going to have all the problems because a lot of stuff stems from the foot. And a lot of people will think that the solution is to buy insoles or arches, but those will only further create more issues. It's like putting a cast on for too long, right? The muscles that were working start to atrophy and eventually will just be non-existent. Work on them feet muscles.
Let it go. Lay down.
Shavasana. Nice.
Now you said you liked bridge pose. So palms at your sides. On your inhale, we lift. Hips. Not your feet. What are you doing with your feet? Your butt. Lift your. Oh, okay. I'm like, that ain't the right way, Sal. Lift. Breathe. Lower. So we inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Slow on your lift. Slow on your lower. Normally at the end of class, we lay for like 3 to 5 minutes and just let it all you feel comfortable now, right? You good? You're like comfy? You need like a pillow or anything? Under your feet or your head? Are you sure? Because we have the pillows for a reason. Okay, so close your eyes. Now, the way that your arms are, do your arms and shoulders and hands feel relaxed?
It's my favorite because this is when you just learn how to let everything go. But it can also pull attention to places in your body where you actually hold tension. And once you realize what those places are, sometimes you can just let it go. Like a lot of the times I kept stuff in my jaw, a lot of TMJ, and over time with certain jaw exercises, being mindful of my range of motion, I don't really have jaw pain or problems or anything like that.
Relax. Flip your palms up. Which one feels better, like that or the other way? Flip them and then take it wider like you're on a cross. Stop there. How does that feel?
Better.
Yeah, stay there. Now do the same with your legs. Yep. Deep breath. Let it go. I'm going to fix your shirt because I do that for everybody.
Oh, you're
Deep breath. Let it go. Deep breath. Let it go. And slowly bring yourself on up to a seat. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Sal, you have done yoga.
Thanks to Yaz for walking me through the yoga. Brutal.
That was super good. I like her style. She had plenty of, like, you know, alternate exercises ready to go if he couldn't do stuff, but he could do most of the stuff, so she didn't need any of, like, you see the belts in the back, pillows. We did use that little razor, but I'm super impressed with the whole situation. Let's see what he has to say for less than 30 seconds.
I'm appreciative I got hoodwinked and bamboozled into doing this. It was very difficult. I expect to be back at some point in the future.
The near future.
If we're doing private classes, I'll probably be back soon.
He'll be back soon.
I don't know if I'm doing a yoga class anytime soon.
It's fine. I'll take that.
Like and subscribe. We'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.
Give it the like. Already subscribed, but yeah, that was super cool. I really appreciate Sal for putting a video up like this. I know it's like super vulnerable, but it's very motivational. It shows that even if you're in a bigger body, you can still do things like yoga. I love the energy of your trainer. The gym looks super quiche. I'm excited to see what Sal has for us planned in the future. All right, so basically in this video, Sal does a private yoga class and it's super cool. The trainer is... What's up, y'all? This is Mrs. Snowflake. I am just a guy who enjoys to react to fitness-related content. Now, I do typically do Grow World stuff, but I've decided to give Sal a shot. Now, a little bit about me. I do have a bachelor's degree in physical education. I've been a personal trainer for a very long time. I got a certification through ACE. Although I'm not a certified personal trainer anymore, I am doing health coaching. And I am ready to check out what Sal has for us. Yeah, that was super awesome. I'm very excited to rally behind Sal. I'm very excited to rally behind Sal. Let's go.
In every single reaction says
Amberlyn did not shower.
emotional support feeder.
A delusional piece of work. You're in a relationship with a confirmed feeder and you're making content of yourself eating fruit roll-ups with vanilla ice cream in them. About why your girlfriend was resting her head on a 700-pound woman's stomach with the caption, "When you're the queen of the FA universe, you feel like you're in."
Can I take a time to go outside and get a little bit of...
Get